With women now making up over 50% of the American electorate, the whole issue of the gender gap is an important one as we face another election. Here to talk about that and why the gender gap exists is a face familiar to many people following politics, Carly Fiorina. Carly, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Genevieve.
So this is an issue you have faced as a candidate, but it's also one that you're really focused in on now in particular. Why does this gender gap issue in terms of who women vote for, Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal?
Well, I think we do pretty well, actually, with married women. We do much less well with single women, but clearly there is a gap, and it's sizable in some elections. And I think a big part of the reason is women don't understand why conservative policies work better for them, actually for everyone, but especially for women. And also because Democrats scare them to death with the War on Women theme. It's been a very successful campaign set of propaganda for Democrats, and they're rolling it out again.
Why has it been so successful, though? I mean, what is it that they do that it seems that Republicans and conservatives aren't often able to counter?
Well, first of all, let's just tell the truth. Democrats lie. It's propaganda. It's shameless, baseless propaganda. When Debbie Wasserman Schultz, for example, the chairwoman of the Democratic Party, says that Hobby Lobby means that Republicans and business is going to reach their long arm into the body of a woman, for heaven's sakes, it's terrifying. It's also a lie. So part of what we're trying to do here is combat those lies with the facts. And I think the other part of what we're doing that's equally important is to say, you know what, women are not defined solely by reproductive rights. Every issue is a woman's issue. We are half of this great nation. We're more than half of the voting public. And so we want to talk to women about every issue they care about, which is every issue that every American cares about.
That's right. I mean, women work. There's a lot of things that they care about: taxes, how much they bring home for pay,
education, health care,
the whole thing. So you've started a new group, and it's called Unlocking Potential. It's the Unlocking Potential Project.
Yes.
Tell us about that. I know you're running in 6 different states this election cycle.
Yes. So we're on the ground in Virginia, in North Carolina, in New Hampshire, Michigan, Colorado, and Iowa. Those are all difficult races. They're purple states. They're places where women can make a difference, even if we can make just a small difference in the women's vote. And what we're doing is reaching out to women who live there and gathering them, training them, equipping them, motivating them to talk to other women they know about the issues. First, to combat the war on women, but secondly, to say, you know what, Obamacare, for example, is denying women access to their doctors and to their hospitals. This administration's policies are denying women access to opportunity. We think the grassroots is important. We think women have a lot of untapped potential in the political process. And so that's what we're all about in those 6 states.
Now, why is your effort significantly different than what you see others doing?
Well, you know, I think there's a lot of good effort going on. Of course, anyone who cares about politics knows that 2014 is important, and there's a lot of good energy, whether it's parties or committees or separate groups. But I think what's different about this effort, what's been missing in other efforts is, one, it is grassroots. The data's pretty clear that we consistently get out-hustled on the ground, that there are more people on the ground for the other side. And so we're really focused on the ground game. Secondly, it's different because we're really reaching out to women to speak to other women. It's not that men aren't welcome. In fact, they are, and many of the candidates we're supporting are men, if you look at the races in those states. But on the other hand, we know that women are most influenced by other women they know. We know that women sometimes are reluctant to get engaged in the political process. We know as well that women sometimes respond to different messages on key issues. And so this is about women talking with women they know.
On that point, do you think it would be important if more women on the conservative side of the aisle did what you did, which is run for office? Do you think that's critical to conservatives having better success at election time?
Well, look, I encourage everyone who cares about politics to run for office or be engaged in the political process, because I think ours was intended to be a citizen government. I think part of our problem is we don't have enough citizens in government, and we have way too many professional politicians in government. On the other hand, this isn't solely about the gender of a candidate. It is about making sure that we don't get trapped in a cul-de-sac of the Democrats' making. And that cul-de-sac is, oh, all we want to talk about here is birth control and abortion. When we get trapped in that cul-de-sac and can't deal convincingly and compellingly with what's actually happening in women's lives right now, then we're going to keep losing.
Carly, thank you very much. We wanted to make sure that everybody knows who is interested in this particular issue, that they can learn more about Unlocking Potential, the Unlocking Potential Project, by going here.